Today on Karamo, Brandon has always believed Shawn is his father.
I'm 34 years old, you know?
And today, they will come face to face.
34 years, and you still up here with the shenanigans. Everything
at you trying to play hero.
This heated dispute involves Shawn's wife. Did you tell Brandon to leave your family alone? And Shawn's mother.
She messy, man.
I'm not messy at all.
Do you think your mother should have stayed out of this?
Yes.
The boy looks like Shawn to me. They have the same nose.
Is Shawn Brandon's father or not?
Bottom line, I'm not the one that's gonna owe you an apology.
The truth will come out today. Here you go. And you won't believe what happens.
Oh my God.
Friends, sitting next to me is 34-year-old Brandon. Behind and backstage is a man named Shawn, a man Brandon believes is his biological father. These two are about to come face to face for the first time in 34 years. Now, this isn't a happy reunion because Shawn and Shawn's wife Rhonda do not believe Brandon is Shawn's son. Take a look at this.
We're here because my mom, Ursula, does not know how to mind her business. And she's always been messy like that. She messaged Brandon on Facebook 2 years ago and said that I was his father. That's not possible. I told her for years I'm not Brandon's father.
I am supportive of everything my husband Shawn does. When Brandon reached out to him in 2014, I was accepting of this situation. But what I'm not gonna do is let someone destroy my family.
I was willing to do a DNA test with Brandon. We started talking about cars and stuff on Facebook and I loved it. But he started disrespecting me and I just wasn't having it. My mom brought this all up again just because she's messy. She doesn't have my best interests in mind and she's definitely not thinking about Brandon. When Karamo tells Brandon I am not his father, my mother owes to both of us an apology.
Well, listen, remember, Brandon has never seen Shawn face to face, but before we bring them together, Brandon, I want to talk to you. How do you feel about what you just watched? Because I saw you making reactions.
It was very devastating. Like, me just actually seeing this for the first time, seeing his face, we actually look alike a little bit, you know, and for him to just say that his mother is messy, come on, man, that's your mother.
Yeah.
You know, that's the mother, that's the one that gave birth to you. Why would you sit up here and try to make yourself look good, talking down about your mother? You know, if you can talk down about your mother, what makes you think you're not gonna talk down about me?
Got it.
You
So
know,
you reached out to him on Facebook in 2014.
I did.
What
you
happened?
know, there was, you know, everything started off fine. He was actually wanted to meet me. He wanted to fly me out to California where he actually stayed at. You know, he was talking about getting a DNA test then, which I was cool with. You know, he was gonna fly me out there. I was gonna actually invite him to my home in Mississippi, you know? And whoever this woman is, Rhonda, whoever she, I don't even know who she is. You know, for her to come in and just take and disrespect us like that, like, you know, you coming between two sons. I am the first son, you know? I'm Brandon Jones. I am the first. I'm 34 years old, you know? He even told me I had a sister. You know, I wouldn't even know that if it wasn't for me and him communicating together.
Wow, so Shawn told you all that. I know that you said you don't know who this Rhonda person is.
Right.
So do you believe that Rhonda is the reason that you and Shawn haven't spoken, or there's
The biggest problem.
Yeah.
You heard it on the video. The biggest problem. If it wasn't for her, I feel like me and Shawn wouldn't even have this situation going on right now. She the biggest problem. And to get the closure today, I want her to apologize to me. You know, because I deserve it.
Yeah. So Shawn is backstage right now listening to all of this. How do you feel knowing that he is so close right now?
I mean, I don't care. I just want to get this answer right. I want you to apologize to me on stage for you disrespecting me and disrespecting your mother.
So what does Shawn's wife Rhonda have to do with all of this?
She the biggest problem.
Okay. In what ways? What is she doing to mess up the communication or the relationship?
The confrontations, the behind the scenes, oh, I don't want you talking to him. That's not your son. Like you said, you're a bigger supporter of him, so you need to come right now and be the biggest supporter right now on this national TV.
Yeah.
You know, all this, it's not cause for.
Yeah.
You could have, if you was the biggest supporter, we wouldn't even be going through this. You wouldn't even be trying to deny me. You'll be trying to get closure too.
I think an interesting part of this story is that Shawn's mother, Ursula, reached out to you. So your potential grandmother is reaching out to you and contacting you. What has that been like?
It's been awesome.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. You know, it's never been in denial. It's never been, oh, you're not my grandson. I don't have second thoughts about it. I always talk to me. I love you. You know, I want to meet you. You're my grandson. You look just like your father.
Wow.
You know, and for me to just look at this video and for him to just be, oh, she's messy. It's never been a messy bone in her body since I met this woman.
So your potential grandmother has accepted you, embraced you. How does that make you feel in this situation?
I mean, it made me feel good as a person to know that even though we going through all this, you still reached out to me and you're willing to meet me. And you're willing to accept me as your grandson without even knowing.
Do you call her grandma?
I do.
You do call her grandma?
She's a real sweet woman.
Yeah.
I call her grandma even though, like I said, you know, I don't know you, but at the same time that we FaceTime everything, I'm your grandson. You're my grandmother.
Yeah, it's just a mess between you all. Long time no hear. What's going on? Just been working some extra hours to holidays. Okay, I'm happy you're fine. Love you. That's your message from
That's
her.
2020. That's love.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
It's sweet. So does Shawn know that you talked to his mother, Ursula?
She probably told him, but as far as my acknowledgement, I don't know.
Yeah, so not aware.
No.
Okay, so we saw this message. This is Brandon. I wish you the best, everything, successful, joy, happiness, and the love of your life, and many between you. Same to you, Grandma. Oh, that's very beautiful. That's a beautiful mess between you all.
Right.
Okay, so you're not sure if Shawn is aware that Shawn knows that you and Ursula talk?
Right.
Okay, so do you think that Shawn and you look alike?
I mean, I just looked at the video. It's resemblance. You know, look at this. Look at this. Come on, man. How can you? Come on now. It's resemblance. It's right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I see it. Well,
And like I'm just looking at it again like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
What y'all say out there? That's his brother to you?
I got you, baby. Yes.
Well, listen, everyone, when we come back, we're going to meet Shawn, so stay with us. Shawn will come face to face with Brandon next.
34 years, and you still up here with the shenanigans.
Look at you trying to play hero.
This heated dispute involves Shawn's wife. Did you tell Brandon to leave your family alone? And Shawn's mother.
She messy, man.
I'm not messy at all.
Is Shawn Brandon's father or not?
Bottom line, I'm not the one that's gonna owe you an apology.
Stay tuned.
We actually look alike a little bit. He wanted to meet me, you know, he was talking about getting a DNA test then.
So does Shawn know that you talked to his mother, Ursula?
I don't know.
Today, with the help of a DNA test, we are trying to answer a painful question from my guest, Brandon. Is a man named Shawn his biological father? Brandon has been waiting 34 years to come face to face with him. Brandon, I want to know, how are you feeling right now?
I mean,
This is a big moment.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
But it's time to get some closure to all the pain.
Yeah. Well, no better time than now. Please, everyone, welcome Shawn to the show. Hey, Shawn, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you, man.
Good to meet you, yes. So, Shawn, let's start off with the obvious. You say that you are not Brandon's father.
No, and I'm sorry that he's caught in the middle of all this, like that.
Man, look at you, man. Look at you and look at me. Come on now. You're an older version of me, man. Come on, man. You gotta stop the foolishness, bro. You gotta stop it.
I get you, man. I understand that. But I'm telling you, you're caught in the middle of something. That's all it is, man.
The only thing I'm caught in the middle of is me and you right now. That's the biggest problem right now.
All right, we're going to see, bro.
We're gonna see.
Well, Shawn, then why did you respond to him on Facebook then, if you had doubts?
Okay, here's the thing. When I met his mother, I really, when she had him, I really did love him.
Yeah.
I did.
How?
He was a baby.
How? You left without
You
even...
was a baby, bro. You don't understand. You're a grown man, so now you're gonna understand, all right? You were a baby. Me and your mother had a relationship. She chose to break up with me. Let me ask you something. Did you sign your child's birth certificate? I know you got kids, right?
Of course.
Okay.
I love
Were
him
you
to
there when your
death.
child
And
was born?
I would never put him in a situation that we are going
I
through
get
right now.
that.
So, by me being a child and you being there as far as a child, with me, you said that you was there when I was a child, when I was a baby. Why didn't you even take the audacity to even try to sign the birth certificate?
Because I knew I wasn't your father, Brandon.
Okay.
I knew I wasn't your father. You were a baby.
You knew I wasn't your child, but you just said that you loved me.
So why?
I did. You're a baby, man. Of course I'm gonna love you.
Why do you say that you're not Brandon's father if you were there in the beginning?
Because she was 6.5 months pregnant when I
Okay.
met her.
Come on, man.
It's the truth of the matter. It's the real truth.
So if you saying all this, okay, well, me and you actually got time to just talk to each other, why you didn't bring it up at first?
I was going to.
Oh,
You know I told you.
I want to
Wait,
meet
wait.
you.
You
I
know
want to
I
fly
told
you
you.
out. No,
You know I
want
told
to
you.
fly you out. We gonna get a DNA test. You can come up here. You can meet your family. If I wasn't your child, you wouldn't even send me a picture. Oh, you got a little sister. How? What? Come on now.
Because
Come on now. But I'm not your child. But you sending me
You
pictures
got
of
the
my
game
little
twisted.
sister.
You got the whole thing
Nah,
twisted. I
you
didn't say
got
it
the
like
game
that.
twisted.
I told you.
So
I told you.
why did you send me a picture of her?
You gonna listen?
I'm trying to get.
Are you gonna listen?
No, because I want you to answer my question. If I wasn't,
talk to me like a man, bro.
if I
Respect me as
wasn't
a
your
man.
child,
Talk to me like a man.
If I
Respect
wasn't
me
your
as a man.
child, why did you send me a picture talking about, okay, this is your little sister?
Because look, I already know you're not my child. I told you that already. But if we gonna be family,
Okay, why would you want me to be family if I'm not your child? Make it make sense to me, man. Come on now.
You know what?
We face to face for the first time out of 34 years, and you still up here with the shenanigans, bro.
you got all that doubt, and I'm sorry you feel that
Man,
way,
come
man.
on, bro.
You got all
You know
that doubt.
what?
So then
I
what's
don't
the,
wanna
what
talk
was
to
the
you no more.
reason then? Because we
I don't
see,
wanna talk to you no
I
more.
see the confusion and pain that he has going on.
I look
Then
just
why
like you,
did
and you still trying to deny me,
Why
bro.
did
Come
you
on, man.
respond to him on Facebook then with those details?
You should
of
have
like
just
a
left me
sister?
alone.
Because
You should have just left.
Did I
you should have
not
just
leave
left
you
the
alone?
situation alone.
Did I not? Just
that's
like
why-
you're doing
that's
right
why
now.
we're here
You're
today.
being disrespectful. That's why I
we're
left
here
him
today.
alone.
And I got the right to be disrespectful to a man that's
How
trying
you
to
gonna be
deny me.
disrespectful? You don't even know me. You don't even know
Exactly.
the whole
You don't-
story.
Brandon, I actually really do want to help you. So I want to figure out this Facebook thing because I understand your confusion. I understand your pain right there because you're saying you sent me these messages and it's sending me a wrong signal. Why did you send that?
Well, here's the thing. I was basically looking for people from my past on Facebook when Facebook, came out. And I came across his mom and stuff like that. She told me about him. So I told her then. I said, well, I'm going to do a DNA test. That's when I started talking to him. And I really did try to connect with him. I did. But he got disrespectful, like I said.
So how do you say that he disrespects you?
Just start talking all loud. Instead of telling me like he's telling me right now, he starts telling everybody, get loud on my page. And I'm like, you can't slam me like that on my page.
This heated dispute involves Shawn's wife. Did you tell Brandon to leave your family alone? And Shawn's mother.
She messy, man.
I'm not messy at all.
Is Shawn Brandon's father or not?
Bottom line, I'm not the one that's gonna owe you an apology.
Stay tuned.
Look at you and look at me. Come on now.
Sorry.
You're an older version of me, man. Come on, man.
I already know you're not my child. I told you that already. I said, well, I'm gonna do a DNA test. That's when I started talking to him. And I really did try to connect with him.
I'm not taking a side here. You can't understand why a child who presumes you to be their father could be filled with pain and hurt and how that pain
But I
and
do
hurt
understand.
could come out as disrespect.
I do understand. I
Okay.
grew up without my father.
Got it. Okay.
So I do understand. And that's why another reason why I was trying to give him the benefit. I let it go once, but the second time it was like, first time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me.
And
Got
third
it.
time it's gonna be shame
No,
on
there
you.
was no third time, bro.
It's
We're
gonna
here
be
for the
shame
third
on
time.
you.
But can you hear that though? Because I understand your pain as well. But he tried to make that decision because he understood your pain because he experienced it. He didn't have a father as well. So that's why he was giving you sort of the mixed message that's confusing you now. Can you kind of see that? And I'm not trying to stop your pain or invalidate your pain, but I'm just like, that's the only way that there's going to be healing if we can start to put those
Right.
pieces together.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say. Now, Shawn, Brandon blames your wife, Rhonda, for being in the middle of all of this.
She wasn't in the middle of it.
Uh-huh.
She wasn't. She wasn't even talking to him, as a matter of fact.
It got to the fact where me and your conversation and our bond
There was
started.
only one conversation between
Man,
me and
you
we
just sat
talked.
up here and you just
Me and
saying
you
that
talked.
me and you
never
was
talked to my wife.
She reached out to me because of you. She came in the middle of it. You can't sit up here
Well,
and
it
try to deny
sounds
it.
like there's confusion of that, of whether she reached out to your mother or reached out to you. But Rhonda is here today with us, so we should get some answers from her. Joining me in the audience right now is Rhonda, Shawn's wife. Rhonda, I just got to ask you point blank, did you tell Brandon to leave your family alone?
I never said
You
anything to
lying.
Brandon.
You lying, man.
Son, I never
You
said
lying.
anything to you. I talked
So
to your
how did
mother.
me and you even conversate with each other?
I don't
Who reached
recall
out to
having
who?
a conversation
She
with you
never
to
did.
begin
Oh my
with.
God. I wish I still had the messages.
I wish you
wish
did
I
too,
still had.
because I don't remember
Because you're
talking
sitting
to
out there, you're trying to make yourself look good, trying to say that you're your man, your husband's hero, and you're trying to take up for him when you don't even know the real truth. You reached
I
out to
know
me.
what my
You told
husband
me. You
told me,
told me
and I
to
stand behind
leave.
my husband.
You told me to leave Shawn alone. You told me
I
everything.
never did
That's the
nothing.
reason
I
why
told
you
your
that.
mom
That's the
to
reason
leave him
why
alone.
me. That's the
She
reason why
told
me
you.
I
and you
told your
stopped
mom to
conversating.
leave him alone. Not you. If you're his son, I'm not going to stand between that dude. I've got children.
Okay, and I do too.
I had nothing to do with Brandon. I said nothing derogatory. I'm supportive of everything Shawn does, and it doesn't matter what it is. I do support that DNA. Thank you.
You didn't support it because I feel like when me and Shawn first reached out to each other,
you should have been
the woman to even try to reach out to me and get to reach me and get to know me.
That was on you.
You stopped it. You even blocked me. You blocked me.
I blocked you.
You blocked me because of this woman right here sitting right in front of me.
No.
So what was the reason that you blocking me? What was the reason that you blocking me then?
Straight up, like what you doing right now, man. You don't even want to give nobody a chance to talk. You want to talk over them.
If you
wanted that test, why the hell you come at me sideways?
Okay, if you wanted the test back before we even got on the show, why didn't you go through with it? Why didn't you go through with it? You stopped talking to me because of this woman right here.
You could have done a DNA test many times.
Well, Rhonda, I got to know clearly because we're hearing clearly, Rhonda, that you're the reason that he blocked and that there was no DNA test. From your perspective, do you believe you're the reason?
No.
Okay. Why do you think that he would feel this way?
And I'm tired of being put between anything and everything. I'm his wife. That's my husband. We have children. We have grandchildren. I would never stop that man from getting to know any of his kids if he had extra kids. I welcome that.
So then why don't you believe that Shawn could be the father?
My husband was a virgin when he met his mom. She was already 6 months pregnant. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You want to know the truth,
y'all
young
can't
man?
believe a man could be saving himself until he's in a relationship?
Yes, I agree. Listen, I support it.
I wish I had.
But so if you were a virgin then, when you met his mother and she was 6 months pregnant, then why were you claiming him sort of in a sense as a child?
Because I was there.
Exactly.
I was there. There was nobody there in the picture.
If you was there and you was a virgin.
Again, he not understanding.
If you was there and you was a virgin, why would you still take the time?
Will you let me talk?
It's my time
Will
to
you
talk.
let me
It's my
talk?
time to
You
talk
had
because
your
you sit
time,
up here
bro, before I
lying.
came on the
If
stage.
you was a virgin, why would you still take the audacity and take the time to just say, oh, Brandon, you are my son? If you was a virgin, when you was with my mama, man,
you want to be disrespectful.
Brandon, this is the thing. We got to get answers for you because that's what you came here for. You want answers. So we got to hear him speak. What was the reason that you did that?
Like I said, his mom chose to leave me alone. So I said, all right, that's fine. I was heartbroken, and I was still in New Orleans. I stayed there. When I left New Orleans to go back to California, that's when all this stuff started. Oh, come and get your son.
So did you tell him that you were willing to take a DNA test?
I did tell him that. I told him that a while back. But the first time I did it, I was like, okay, cool. The second time when you want to blow up out the mouth, I was like, you know what? I already know you're not my son, so go on about your business and I'm going to go about mine.
So what I think is big and interesting here that we have to remember is that, Shawn, your mother believes that you are Brandon's father. So I think everyone, it's time to welcome Ursula to the show. Everyone, please welcome Ursula, Shawn's mother, to the show. Ursula, thank you so much for being here. So I want to know from you, why are you convinced that Shawn is Brandon's father?
Because when Shawn was in New Orleans, Brandon was about 2 or 3 years old, and I received a phone call with someone on the phone saying, hello, Grandma, and then after that, the phone hung up. And then afterwards, he was reaching out on Facebook with Brandon and his mother, and that was his son.
So why did you reach out to him on Facebook? So why did you reach out to him on Facebook?
Why did I reach out to him?
Yeah, why did you reach out to him? Because you then took a step further, even though there was no answer.
She messy, man.
For you to sit up here and disrespect your mother.
Is Shawn wrong for denying Brandon?
The boy looks like Shawn to me. They have the same nose.
Or is another man Brandon's real father?
Bottom line, I'm not the one that's going to owe you an apology.
Stay tuned.
You are the father.
Get off my stage!
You can't understand why a child who presumes you to be their father could be filled with pain and hurt, and how that pain and hurt could come out as disrespect.
If you're his son, I'm not going to stand between that dude. I've got children.
Shawn, your mother believes that you are Brandon's father. Ursula, why did you reach out to him? Because you then took a step further, even though there was no answer.
She messy, man. That's it, and that's all.
You sit up here and call your own mother messy.
Cause she is. You don't know her like, I'm sorry, man.
That's your mother. She gave birth to you.
You do not.
And for you to sit up here and disrespect your mother, what makes you think that everything
Look at
that
you trying to play
saying is
hero.
not a lie?
Look at you trying to play hero.
I'm just saying, you sit up here disrespecting
You don't know
your
her
mother.
the way I
So
know her, that's why.
If you can sit up here on stage on national TV and disrespect your mother, what makes you think that you're not going to disrespect your own mother?
Because you know what? You don't know
How
her.
can you not going? How you not going to sit up here and disrespect the mother?
Because the same way she lying to you, bro, you've been lied to all your life, and you're not hearing it from me because you're mad.
I've been lied to?
Yes. If you
Let me
believe
tell you something.
Go ahead, man.
Let me tell you something, bro. You not looking at the big picture.
I saw the
you
bigger
sitting out
picture.
here in front of the audience, bro. You're disrespecting your mother.
Yes.
First of all,
That's not no disrespect. She
that's
messy.
disrespect.
How is it
Well,
disrespectful?
I want to find out how she's disrespectful, because there's something about your calmness and clarity that's interesting to me. Shawn, why do you blame your mother for all of this?
My grandmother was there when she met his mom, okay? She knew that she was pregnant for him, okay?
Okay.
My grandmother called my mom and told my mom, that's not Shawn's son.
Got it.
She told her that, and she been dragging this out ever since then.
Who is she? She told who? Who is
My
who is you
grandmother
speaking of?
told my mother that you were not my son.
And you
my
ran
grandmother
with it,
told
right?
it. Because
And
I
you
knew
did-
that
you
already,
just
bro.
sidled- you
See,
just
again,
sidled
you're not
around.
hearing it.
When my mama said that, my mama was being overprotective of her son, her grandson. And that's the way those people were back then. They're overprotective.
Mom, why
If
you
a
sitting
girl
up there saying
said-
that? See, again,
So hold on, I got a question for you because Shawn, I'm watching your body language, and I also watched the way that your tone changed when your mother came on. Did you two have a good relationship when you were growing up?
we had a fair relationship, man. As I got older, because, you know, I hear y'all when y'all say I'm being disrespectful towards my mom. I hear him when he's saying that. I'm very respectful of my mother. But there's a person called Ursula that likes to step in the way, okay?
And so you didn't have a good relationship
I
with
step in the
Ursula.
way when it's necessary.
No, you don't.
I'm not in the
No,
way
you
because
don't.
you're not around.
And it's very necessary.
So Ursula,
When Shawn is with a female, Shawn disappears from the family.
No, that's not true
He
either,
don't
man.
come around.
No, that's not true either.
But when
You know the
he's-
story,
but,
and I'm not even gonna bring
unless
it up
he need
because that's
money or
neither here nor
something.
there. But look, I had a fair relationship with my mom as a child. Yes, I did.
it's interesting that you keep saying a fair relationship. What does a fair relationship mean?
Man, look, I became a ward of the state due to some issues. You know,
Why, Shawn? Tell him why you became a
You're
ward
not gonna
of
do
the
this.
state.
We're not gonna do
If
this
you're
right
gonna
now.
Tell him that. Tell him why.
No, we're not gonna do that right now. All right? No,
Come on,
that's
talk
not.
about it.
Bring it out
no,
there.
Talk about it.
Tell us
Talk
who
about
gave
it.
the
Come
devil.
on.
No.
Let's get some
listen,
clarification.
no, that
Let's
goes
talk
deep.
about it.
Ursula, I want to know from you.
Let's talk about it.
Ursula, because the accusation that got everyone saying that he was being disrespectful was that he said that Shawn told you that he's not the father. Is that true? Shawn told you point
Yes,
blank
Shawn
he's not
told
the
me
father.
he's not the father. But like I said, I received a phone call saying, hello, grandmother. Then the phone disconnected. Then there was a Facebook thing, and Shawn was the father of Brandon. They were going to get together, or Brandon was coming out here to say something like that.
Exactly.
And
But my question is
all
that
of a sudden,
if
then
your
he's
son
not
has
the
said
grand-
this
he's
is
not
not
the father.
if your son says this is not my son, why would you still engage with this child and not let him just handle it?
Exactly.
Because the boy looks like Shawn to me. They have the same nose, the same eyes.
People
the
say
same
I look like
mouth,
Shawn.
And I
the
love
same
you for that.
forehead.
I
You know
I
what?
love you for
That's-
that.
I could be walking down the street, somebody will mistake me for a football player.
But
that
they
don't
gonna
mean I'm
mistake.
him.
They gonna mistake. Okay, just say me and you was walking down the street right now, and we was to ask random people, do I look like this man? What you think they gonna say?
They probably, I don't know
Well,
what
I
they're
gotta
gonna
tell
say.
you,
honest. What
That's
y'all
not
say?
our public opinion.
What y'all think?
I think what we're going to get to the audience right now, also find out what their opinion is on the situation. Our studio audience is about to sound off.
You seem a little messy.
I'm not messy at all. Do you have any grandchildren?
Is Shawn Brandon's father or not?
Bottom line, I'm not the one that's gonna owe you an apology.
Stay tuned. If your son says this is not my son, why would you still engage with this child and not let him just handle it?
Exactly.
Because the boy looks like Shawn to me.
If you can sit up here on stage on national TV and disrespect your mother, what makes you think that you're not gonna disrespect your own?
Because you know
brother?
what? Because the same way she lying to your brother, you've been lied to all your life.
All right. What are your thoughts on this situation?
Grandma Ursula, you seem a little messy. I don't know. I'm just
Exactly.
a little messy.
I'm not messy at all. Do you have any
on, how she's
grandchildren?
messy. She tryna-
Do you
she
have
tryna
any
get
grandchildren?
close.
Do you have any
Tell her,
potential
tell her, tell her.
grandchildren? Then when you do, then you say something.
So, Ursula, from your point of view, it's all about trying to protect your family. Is that what you're doing here?
How is she protecting her
Exactly.
family when she's slamming
Exactly.
me and I'm her son?
Well,
See,
that
I'm
was
not
going to be my...
slamming
trying to
you.
get close.
If that's, I'm
Ain't
71
no closure.
years
The
old.
closure is
And
between
if
me and you.
that's my
Exactly.
grandchild, I want to know.
So, okay.
She had the
Thank
right.
you so much.
She had a right to know.
Well,
She had a right to know.
You know, if she really wanted
He would
closure,
be
she
my
could have came to me and we
first
could have
friend,
did that. We could have did that. She chose to go behind my back.
No, but we could have did.
How's that not being
messy?
How's that
close?
You wanted to speak on it.
I told you I was going to
You
just
told me
and
after.
Brandon.
You told me after.
No, I told you before.
so Ursula, can you see how there could be pain that your son has experienced by the fact that you've gotten involved? Can you see that? Because I'm not saying that you're wrong for getting involved. I understand the love of a mother or grandmother. You want to try to do what's best for your family, and we still have answers to get here. We still have to understand the DNA
Right.
outcome. But can you understand why, when he said, "This is not my child, please let me handle this," and you still get involved? Can you understand
But
his
he
pain?
wasn't handling it. He was not handling it, Karamo.
Okay.
That boy, Brandon is 34 years old. I'm gonna be 71. When is he gonna handle it?
Okay.
Shawn,
Yes, ma'am.
if you grew up without your father, why would you do that to Brandon?
Good question. Good question.
As I said before, when I went to do this, when I went to the first attempt at doing a DNA test or trying to get to know him, he wanted to come out disrespectful, and I tried to check him on that then.
How?
He did it a second time,
How?
and I told him then. You know, I was like, you know what? I already know the truth behind the matter. If you really feel like that, then go your separate way, you know, and I'm gonna be done with it. That's how I handled that. I said, that's fine. And like I said, I grew up without my father, so I already know. If he's a man and he want to do it like that, if he don't want to be involved, if he didn't want to do the right thing, that was on him. That wasn't on me no more.
But how? When
Well,
you
I will
the
say
one
this.
start
I will
talking
say
to
this.
me.
There is a piece of that is still on you. I think we forget that in our lives, when we start to see the pain and confusion, the craziness, as we call it, that's the pain that you're seeing. And so I think for us as adults, when we see that pain, it's us to say, that's where I need to step in and start the journey of healing.
I get that, but I already knew. I already know that he is not my son.
How?
That's what I've been trying to say.
But you sit up here, you studied being in and out about the situation, but at the same time, you said as a kid when I was growing up, you was there. You know what I'm saying? If you know for sure, listen, if I know for sure I'm not no child's father, I wouldn't even try to push the issue. You know what I'm saying? You pushed the issue with me at first. You gave me probable cause to be like, okay, yes, you're my father. Because the way you came off at me at first. If you would have came out,
I never told you I was your father.
Yeah,
I never told you I was your father.
You just said it. You said when me and you first
We have
got on
another
stage, you
comment right
said
here.
it.
What was your thoughts?
Giving the mixed signals. I mean, you as a man dealing with not having a father in your life, you should at least take on the responsibility if you know that he is trying to be your son and he is trying to have a relationship with you.
I did try to do that. His mother chose to break up with me.
This between me, you, and Miss Ursula.
Well, listen, everyone, stay with us because when we come back, we're going to find out the DNA outcome of Brandon tests. Are they father and son? There's no clue. Is Shawn Brandon's father or not?
Bottom line, I'm not the one that's going to owe you an apology.
We will unlock the truth next. Here you go. And you won't believe what happens.
Oh my God.
You are the father.
Get off my stage.
I already know that he is not my son. I never told you I was your father.
You know that he is trying to be your son and he is trying to have a relationship with you.
I did try to do that.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So, Brandon, I have the outcome of your DNA test right here. This will give you the answers to your 34-year question.
It will.
I want to know, how do you feel about it?
Right now, I'm just, I'm overwhelmed right now because this finally get 34 years of closure.
Got it.
This did give me the opportunity to find out if this man really my father, even though, I'm not going to say he's not. This is my father.
Got it. Shawn, is there anything that you want to say to Brandon before we get to the DNA outcome?
If you feel like you were wrong, man, I'm sorry. But bottom line, I'm not the one that's going to owe you an apology.
The test right here, man.
There it is there.
All right, Brandon, are you ready for this DNA outcome?
I'm ready.
Here you go.
Should I open it if you want to?
It's for you to open, Brandon. If you can open it and read the results out loud.
Here we go. Brandon, Shawn is not your father.
Oh. Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God. I am
You
so
all right, man?
sorry to both of you.
I'm fine.
I am so sorry to both of you.
I'm fine.
Brandon, what's going through your head right now?
I mean, it's not his fault no more. You know, it's time for me and my mom to sit down and have a conversation. You know?
Yeah.
It's time for me and her to talk.
Yeah. Is there anyone else that your mother has said that could possibly be your father?
No, all my life, this man right here, you know?
That's what she said. Yeah. Yeah.
And I got, you know, closure right here. Me as a man, you know what I'm saying, I apologize. You understand what I'm saying? I really do.
Shawn, I'm very sorry that this outcome didn't have, for me, I always wish for the outcomes to be a yes, so that way that the healing can start. But I want to let you know, once you talk to your mother, if you need support, we have a team here, we have a staff here, we can figure out how to help you find your real father, and I can be here to support you.
I mean, this is, you know, I'm 34 years old. I'm a grown man. You know, I can accept, you know, results like this.
I understand.
You know? I've been going long enough without, you know, but it is what it is, you know?
Right, yeah.
And I appreciate the opportunity to even be on the show, to even get closure to the situation.
Brandon, if you could please, because I just saw something that happened, I would love to ask you if you could step off stage, please.
Okay.
And if Shawn, you could stay for a second for me. Thank you so much. Good meeting you, man. What will happen to Shawn's relationship with his mother now? Do you think your mother should have stayed out of this?
Yes. I told you that.
Well,
I told you to stay out of it.
but he
I
needed
asked you to
to
stay
know
out
too.
of it.
Find out next. I have the outcome of your DNA test right here. Here you go.
Here we go. Brandon, Shawn is not your father.
Oh my God.
Wow. See, all my life, this man right here, you know? Me as a man, you know what I'm saying, I apologize. You understand what I'm saying?
If you could step off stage, please. Usually when we have a DNA outcome, I'm assuming that the work that I have to do then is to heal the relationship between the person who thinks the other person is their parent. But in this one, I realized very quickly by your demeanor and your change, and even just a minute ago, when your response to your mother was, you let it get this far.
Yes.
There is pain that's going on here. And I need to understand what's going on here, because I think I saw your calmness, I saw your clarity. And I also understand now more why you stepped in and why you sent mixed messages. You are trying to do something or fulfill a role of a parent, and tell me if I'm wrong, that maybe you didn't have. So you feel as if I do this, I'm not only mending my own pain, but I'm mending someone else's pain. Am I anywhere near there?
Yeah, you could be right on that one.
Okay, then. I feel like it is, because I'm listening to what you're saying here. So I want to know, do you think your mother should have stayed out of this?
Yes.
Ursula, now that you've seen the results, do you believe you should have stayed out of this?
Yes and no.
Why no?
Because now,
Unbelievable.
why no? Because now the child knows that Shawn is not his father, and he can begin to heal.
This ain't got
And
nothing
I'm
to do with
so
you.
sorry.
You're
I'm so
messy, Mom, and I
sorry.
told you that from the get-go. I told you that.
Well,
I told you to stay out of it.
but he
I
needed
asked you to
to
stay
know
out of
too.
it. I asked you to stay out of it. I asked you to leave it alone. You went behind my back and did all this. You
I
saw
didn't go
how
behind
upset
your
he
back.
was.
I told you I was going to do
You
it.
see what I had to do. You
You're
saw what I had to deal
You're
with.
lying when you say I went behind your back.
You
I told
did.
you I was
And
going
you're
to
still
do
gonna
it.
sit up here and deny it. You still
No,
gonna do all
you
that.
denying it.
What is going on right now between you and your mother? Because I think part of what you need to do to help you to become the best version of the man you need to be, you got to confront this. What are you hesitant about?
I've asked her to stop slamming me, man. All she does every time I turn around,
That's
when
not
I
the
leave her
truth.
alone, when I left her alone, I'm more
That's
to her
not
as her
the
But
son.
Ursula, it's important right now. If your son is being vulnerable in a moment, you got to hear him. I'm going to get to you because I want to hear your side. But
Okay.
But what is it? Because I see it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I say something, she gonna turn around and use it as hers.
Okay.
She will turn exactly what I'm saying around and use it to her benefit.
I'm a third party that can mediate this. What is it that you want to say?
I've always been a good son to my mom. I have. She's saying, oh, I don't do this and I don't do that. The reason why I left her alone is so that I can grow and do what I
But
got
has
to
she
do.
been a good mother to you from your point of view?
No.
In what ways? In what ways? Because I can see this sort of little boy that's still trying to protect his mom, that's trying to come off as like, things are good, I'm okay, I don't want to disrespect you. I even see, this is why earlier I caught this. When you said messy, he didn't say, my mama is this, and start screaming at her. He just said, Mom, you're being messy right there. There was a calmness and a clarity in your statement. And when I heard that, I realized there's pain behind that. So what is it that your mother didn't do for you as a child that you need to say to her now? This is where your healing starts.
She wasn't my mom, man.
She wasn't
Plain
your
and
mom.
simple. She
In
wasn't
what
being
ways? In what
too
ways?
Too many to even name.
Start with one.
And
You got to take this journey. Start with one. What was it?
man, look, for starters, she started.
I got it. It's okay.
Now, oh man, where she should have stepped in, she didn't.
And where was that?
Plenty of things, man. I actually was homeless on the streets, and she'll say, "Oh, I was right there." No, you weren't. For a very long period of time.
Can I say something now?
What did you feel like? So you felt like your mother wasn't there for you?
Yeah, even in my when I, before I met my wife now, during my divorce, I went through my divorce and dealt with that for 2 years. And the only reason why I dealt with that for 2 years is because of my other child. Okay, otherwise I would have let that divorce go.
Okay.
Instead of her trying to help me, every time I turned around, she was on the phone calling my ex-wife, telling about what I am doing or what I'm not doing.
So you don't feel like your mother's been supportive of you, and you feel like you've been abandoned?
Exactly.
Those are two things.
And she
Ursula.
abandoned me, man. Yeah.
Okay, I heard the abandonment. I know you didn't get deep into it, but I heard the abandonment. Okay, Ursula, your son is saying that he does not feel like you support him and have been there for him. We saw a bit, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I wanna hear your side. I'm not calling you a bad mother or any of that. But I heard a piece of it in this moment where he said, Mom, I am in control of this, and you still disregarded his feelings. Can you acknowledge that?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
But like I say, I believe the boy was my grandson. I wanted to know. And by the way, Brandon needed to know the truth.
But see, that acknowledgement isn't actually a healthy acknowledgement, because you're saying, I acknowledge that I disrespected you, but I was gonna do it anyway, because in my mind, I think this is what I need to do.
It was something Shawn said to me
What was it?
that made me do it.
Oh, good Lord.
What was it?
She being messy again, man.
She
gonna take something out of context,
well,
man.
This is what it is.
No,
okay,
I'm not.
This is what it is. Okay, because I see right now there's still. I was generally trying to help y'all. So what I see here is that there's things that y'all are scared to say. What I'm going to say to you is that I appreciate the fact that you tried to step up when you were younger to be there for that young man. I appreciate the fact that you've stepped up for your other children. I want you to know that you have to stop protecting that little boy by protecting your mother. You're not going to heal, and you're not going to get to where you need to be. The same anger we just saw Brandon experience, I know that you're experiencing, but you're suppressing it for some reason because you don't want to come off angry. I need you to know, though, because I'm seeing the pain. I'm a third party. I just met you. I'm seeing it. Do yourself a favor. You don't deserve to live in this sort of pain that you're living in. You deserve to be heard, and you deserve to know that you can start to heal. You gotta speak up with whatever it is. And you gotta figure out a way to do that where it doesn't matter what she says, you know the truth and you get to speak your truth. You hear me?
Yeah.
The reason this stuff right here you let linger on is because part of you for some reason doesn't want to face this conflict, but you gotta face this conflict head on so you can start to heal. You hear me? Don't let anything like this get in your life again, all right? Listen, everyone, I'm just glad that we got answers when it comes to you and Brandon and everyone at home. Ursula, thank you for being here. Rhonda, thank you for being here. I see you getting emotional, so you know what I'm saying is true, right? You know what I'm saying is true. All right, everyone, thank you for being with us. Come back next time, friends, so we can keep talking and growing. I love you all.
I know it's emotional, man. I'm sorry.
It ain't emotional. Ain't no love lost.
It
you know what I'm
is.
saying? I'm a grown man, bro.
No, it ain't got
I'm a
nothing to
grown
do with
man.
it. I know how it is, man. I just want you to know if you need to reach out to me, you can, all right?
I'm good, bro.
Are you sure?
We got the closure to what we needed. You know what I'm saying? I take it back home. It ain't your situation no more.
No.
It's a lot of questions I got to ask my mama now. You feel me?
Okay. But look, from a man's perspective, bro, man to man, if you need somebody to talk to, I know what you're going through. If you want to talk to me, you can. All right? Seriously, reach out to me if you need to talk to me.
It is what it is, man.
All right? You straight? You sure?
I'm good with you. I'm
All
good.
Oh, no.
No, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, if he want one, yeah. Come on, man.
He's done.
Huh?